Yeah, I've not done completely, but I have done around 8 of them.
Okay, can you show those 8 programs with the output that you have done yesterday?
Yeah, I'll share my screen.
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead.
Visible, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's visible. It's visible.
Okay.
Perfectly visible.
Yeah, that's
Good.
very
You have
good.
done nested loops also, I can see.
Yeah. Mm, I use range here.
Yeah,
This is the sum of natural numbers. So while you mentioned while loop, right? So I've used while loop.
yeah.
This is
So how
multi.
many natural numbers are you taking? 1 to n.
Yeah. This one. I was doing factorial also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just got.
Ah.
Yeah. Here.
Hmm.
It's here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I've done. I was doing this.
Great.
Mm. I'll continue to do this today.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. Okay. Yeah. Over to you.
Yeah. So today we have completed with the looping and branching. Even we have done the nested loops. So I'll share the screen. Today we'll start with the user-defined function, the
Okay.
UDF that we use in Python. So what are the user-defined functions doing, and how do we call a function? How do we define a function? What are the arguments that we are passing a function? Whether there is one function or there are multiple function in a one program. So all this stuff we'll be just exploring. Just give me a moment. Let me share the screen.
Mm.
So the function plays a very important and vital role. Functions, yes. Here was the function. We got multiple functions in a program that can be assigned or that can be taken care of. So is it visible? The screen is visible?
Not yet.
No, wait. No. I hope it will be visible now.
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah.
It's yeah. So we were doing with this function. So function, what is a function? Function is something that will break a complex program into sub-program. For example, you've got a very complex code and you
Mm.
have to perform multiple tasks in a one program. So it's
Mm.
very difficult to perform multiple tasks in a one program. So you have to split the program into
Mm.
different functions.
Mm.
You know,
Okay.
there are two type of function. One is a built-in function that is already there,
Mm.
and one is a user-defined function.
Okay.
The built-in functions are predefined. Only we have to call it and use it in our program. The
Mm.
built-in functions are predefined, but the user-defined functions are something that is to be defined by the user. So
Mm.
we, as a user, will define those functions, and we as a user will go to call that function, and the function may take an argument, may not take an argument. A function may return a value, may not return a value. So there are exceptions also. A function may not return anything. It may return void or null, right? A function may return a lot of values. A function may take argument and function may not take an argument. There can be a nested function. That is, we have a function 1. From the function 1, we are calling the function 2. From the function 2, we are calling the function 3. And from the function 3, we are calling the function 4. So your program has got 4 functions, and these are nested functions. From one function, the next function is called. From the other function, the next function is called. So this is a nesting of function. And there can be a recursive function. So when a function is calling itself again and again within a same program, suppose you've written a program and the function is calling itself again and again, then that type of function is called as a recursive function, because the function calls itself again and again. Still a particular condition is satisfied or it agrees with, and that type of function is called as what? That type of function is called as recursive function.
Okay.
Now, what is the need of a function? The need of a function is that for understanding, coding, and testing multiple separate function is easier. So if you have a big job or a big code, you can break it into subcodes and then you can assign it to a different function. Now, these function in that particular program will do its job. So whatever the functions you have defined or whatever the function you have declared in your program will do their specific job, because what you have done, you have a big program and you have so many functions, and you have broken down those complex program into a different sub function, and these some sub functions will be calling itself or they'll work with itself, so that what happens, your programming task becomes simpler. So interview process, when you go for a Python interview process, the a technical round, they can ask you what is a function, why do we need a function. Can we have multiple function in a one program? Yes. Can a function be called? Yes. Can a function can be nested? Yes. Can a function call itself? Yes. What is a recursive function and what is recursion? So these are some interview questions that can come from function. Or he may ask you, write a function and show how that particular function works. And then he can ask you, there are built-in functions when you import a library like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, there are built-in functions and there are some user-defined functions. So what is the difference between a built-in function and a user-defined function? Because built-in functions are already supported by that library. They're already there. Only we have to call those function and use it, those function in our program. But when we define a particular function, it is as per our own requirement. We can customize it. We can change the code or we can change the logic as per our own requirement. So that becomes very suitable for us. So that is the difference between a built-in function and a user-defined function.
Okay.
Now, when we use a function, there are two very important parts that we need to understand and we need to know. This is a very basic thing and it is being asked multiple times in an interview. So how we call a function, how the function is called, how the function is declared, and how the function is defined. So when you're defining a function, you are declaring the statement that you're going to use a particular function with the list of argument or the parameters. Then function will be declared. Then the function will be defined. And then what you do, you pass the list of argument or the parameter to the function. Depending on that, the function may return a value or the function may not return a value. So function declaration and definition both plays a very important role. Calling a function, passing an argument to a function, and a function returning set of values. These are very related to each other. Now, function definition. How do we define a function? Now you can see we start a definition of a function with the keyword def. So what are keywords? The keywords are those words that have got predefined meaning. So here what we are doing, we are using a keyword def. Def has got a predefined meaning. So where is the def function? Here. You see def. So suppose instead of difference, if I write to another function sum, so I'll write def, then we'll write sum. Or suppose you want to multiply, so def multiply. Now and under the multiply def, we pass the argument. Suppose multiply is going to take two arguments, a, b. Def is going to sum is going to again take two argument a b. So we can not only define a function, we can also specify the list of argument that the function is going to take. Whether the function will take two arguments, whether the function will take three arguments, whether the function will take four arguments, that you can identify, that you can define within the function. So this is the scope of the function that we have defined. You're trying to find out the how many arguments the function is going to take. Then you have a return statement, whether the function is going to return anything to the calling portion of the program, that also you can identify. So you have got the function diff, and this is the return of that particular function. It's returning the difference. So in the return type, you can directly give the expression that it is want to return. Or you can write z is equal to x minus y, and then you return z. That also you can write. Or you can straight away write return x minus y. And then you can call that function. So when you call that function, it will print the difference, or it will display the difference, right?
One second. So so how many arguments can we have in a function?
We can have multiple arguments. We can have more than 5, 10 arguments in a function. As per our requirement, we can give any argument, but whatever the argument that we have in the definition and declaration, that should match.
Okay.
Suppose I have 4 arguments in the declaration and I'm using 5 argument in the definition, then there is a mismatch. So if I'm declaring 4 argument in the declaration, we should declare 4 argument in the definition also. We cannot have a different set of argument for a definition and declaration. Declaration and definition should have same number of argument that we are looking for, right? So if we have 4 argument, then we also have 4 argument in the definition and declaration. So there should not be a mismatch in the list of argument that we are using in the definition and the declaration of a given function, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Then we have function call. So how we are going to call a function and how the function call is going to take. The function call basically starts with the keyword def. It starts with what? It starts with the keyword def. And then what happens here? It has the name of the function and it has the list of the variable 1, variable 2, variable 3 or variable n the function is going to take, and it should have a return statement, means what type of value the function is going to return to the calling portion of the program. So the function can take list of argument and it can return a particular value specified on the given expression that is provided. So what is function? How the function can work? What is the list of argument the function will take? What is the return type of the value that the function will use in the calling portion of the program? So all these plays a very, very important role, right? So this is how a function can use, and it can build around what type of data that it will taking and what type of value it's going to return to the calling portion of the program. So function name, function def, the variable name, and the return statement playing a very important and the valuable part in the function, right?
Yeah.
Then we have the example. So these are some examples of the function. In the first example, we have defined a function. We have used a for loop I in a range 1 to 4, that is 4 times is going to print hello world, hello world. And when we call the function is going to display hello world 4 times, the first one. If you can see the first one over here, we have a def function, and in the def function, we have a for loop that iterates 4 times. And since it's iterating 4 times, it is going to print hello world 4 times that we can see in the output. The second one is again a function, and it takes 1 argument, and the function is going to return the value 5 plus 2 into 3. So 6 plus 5, 11 will be the return value. So this is another function. Now this is another function where we have the total and we input the value a and b. So when we call the total function is going to add the value 10 plus 20 and it's going to display 30 like this. And
One second.
yeah.
Just a
So
second.
can you do these functions and check in your on your Google Colab all the 4 functions that are there? And can you tell me what are the difference that you notice when you have used the first function, second function, third, and the fourth one? Can you do it right now?
Yeah, sure. This just the one, second one, right?
Yeah.
We declared I, right, in the definition.
Yeah, I is the argument that we have taken. So when we are calling the function, we pass the argument. Here the argument is passed as 11. 5 plus 6, 11.
Okay, so I can be any number of okay, any number of digits also
Any
can.
specific number that you wish or that you wish to or that you desire to put in your function, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, understand. So any number of arguments can, okay. If I say comma, then there's number of arguments. If I just say one argument, that one argument can be whatever that we want us to, like it could be a list of, I mean, it could be a sequence of numbers.
Hmm.
And also be a performing operation on it. Okay. Hello world. Okay. Okay, understood. But we are not doing inside function I, right? I mean, the second one, we are not doing any operations. So we can give operations as argument also. That's what.
We can give the argument as an operation, but we can give the argument as a expression. Here the argument that is passed 5 plus 2 into 3, that means only a number cannot be an argument, an expression can also be an argument.
Okay.
Specifically for the second case that we notice here. Here the argument is not a number. Here the argument is a expression.
Okay. Yeah, fine. Let me do this.
Are you through, Priyanka, with all this?
Just a second. I'm just running.
I'll stop sharing so that I can see what's going on your screen.
Yeah. Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah. There was one more
Yeah.
function of I, right? And then what we were doing some expression, so return.
Yeah.
I sorry, I sure. Yes. We are passing some numbers to 5 plus 2 into okay. What is this number? Focus. There was one more where we are giving the arguments A, comma B, and I had one question, like I can ask the input from the user prompt, right? Before or after?
Uh,
Um, it it was plus the mm, call the function, right?
yeah.
Okay, here I give. Should I give the number or just this call function? Okay, let's see. 10, 20. There's something wrong. No required positional argument. So I give again A and B, or I can say that. Mm, Okay, yeah, done.
Done.
Mm.
Very good. So if I give you some programs with function, can you try?
Yeah, I try.
I'll give you right now 10
Done.
programs.
Mm,
Okay.
mm,
Just give me a moment. I'll copy paste in the Zoom chat box.
mm,
And then you can share your screen and you can do right now. So
mm,
your concepts will be more clear because every program has a different logic to deal with, right?
mm,
The first program, using a function, write a program to find out the factorial of a number. Let me type it in the chat box.
mm,
Write a user defined function to calculate factorial of a given number or a input.
mm.
So I typed it and I have sent it in the chat.
Okay,
This
user defined to calculate factorial.
of a given number or input. So any number that you give a input, you have to type in the user defined function or write a program that has got a user defined function, right?
I think I already did the factorial one. What I need to do is just,
But you have to add it in the factorial with a function. You
yeah,
must have done it separately, but you have to add a function for implementing it, right?
mm,
That
yeah,
means you have to call the fact function and
mm,
then you have to execute that fact function that is going to return a value to the calling portion of the program, right?
mm. Actually, yeah, I have this. Just showing the screen.
Yeah, yeah.
So this factorial one, I had it here already. So what I did is I just put that inside the function.
Yeah.
And then call the function, then yeah, same thing.
I've given you few more. Can you do them? Because and then you can combine more than one function in a one program. Suppose we are writing separate program, no? So I don't want separate program. I want one program with 5 or 10 functions, right?
Mm.
That means the same program is going to call the 10 functions. So I've given
Mm.
you separate 10 function. You make the 10 function one program and call them.
Mm. Okay, 10 functions in one program.
Yeah, in the chat box I've shared. Are you able to get the list of program in the chat box?
Checking, where is it? Ah, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right, if I'm using sum of two numbers. But this is the same yesterday one, is it?
Yeah, but it's all with function. Yesterday was without a function.
Yeah.
And then you have to merge these function in one program. It's not
Mm.
separate, right?
Mm. Can we do 5 because it will take time?
At least you do first file,
Mm.
combine in one program, then we can skip to the file management or the other chapter.
Mm. Okay. Should I take the input from the, or I can
Yeah,
just pass here?
you can take the input from the input statement, and whatever the
Okay.
input that you have passed, entered, will be passed as an argument to the function, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Mm. Numbers even out. Okay. Mm. It's here already. I'll just copy previous input. All. Mm. Oh, it's not running.
Yeah, I can see it's giving an error.
Oh, there's one more. Enter the number. Where is this?
Ah, there's one more enter
Oh,
num4.
here, check num. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Just checking for one number.
Ah,
Number is odd, correct? Number three is number three. Oh, there's one more number three, which is number one. Three is greater than. Correct.
yeah.
This is correct. This is tested. This one we
Mhm.
cannot test. Function return. So it should return. This sum is not returned.
Yeah.
Why? No, it's not writing. Is that something like this? No, right?
This particular line, the return statement.
Hmm.
You're taking the input. It's taking the three inputs, right?
Yeah.
It's number is even, the number three, one is greatest. So giving the output.
No, this one is not giving. It has to give me a sum, right?
Yeah. So are you displaying the sum somewhere? Well, which you're returning? You're returning Z, right?
Yeah.
Where are you calling the function? Function one. From where it is called? Function one.
Yeah.
Okay. Num1, num2. Okay. Now, can you uh, execute it again and see what error it is giving? Is it giving any error?
No, it's not giving any error. So what I'll do, I'll comment this. It's
Uh,
just
com
doing the remaining.
you comment this.
Oh, there's no command like that. We have, right? Yeah. Okay. Let me select. Okay.
Hmm.
A and B, num1 and num2. By right, it should do this. So I can do this. Okay. Oh, it's returning. It's returning. It's coming now. I don't know why.
It's sometimes compiler errors.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. There was one more, right? Factorial also I do. I think done that here. So okay. Using a function to check whether a number is prime. Okay. So, it should be divided by what is the natural number greater than 1 that is not a product of two. Prime is like 2, 3.
Division operator.
Yeah, if that number division, right?
Yeah.
If n is divided by um,
Hmm.
2, should be equal to 0. Then um, return time. How do I call it as? Return n. But I want to call it as like keep then. Can I do just print or I have to always return? No, right? No need, right? Um, I can't give a statement like this, can I?
Yeah, you can. You try with all combinations. What will happen? You get an error, then you debug that error, then you learn that you get an error by doing this. That is
Hmm.
how you should try all combination, permutation combination.
Hmm.
Whatever is what will happen, an error will come. Nothing more than that is going to happen.
Yes.
But you learn from your error.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just How do I print statement or print?
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
like this. Not sure.
Not sure.
Yeah, I just written like this. Let's see if it comes.
Yeah.
It comes, so which means it's a prime number. How do I put this in the? Yeah, I can just do this, right? Print.
Mhm.
After written, it is not going to come because
Mm.
I think here it exited already.
Yeah.
Not sure how to call this. How do I get this in my print? How do I call return in print statement?
Return in print statement. You cannot call return in print statement. Print is before return, and return will be that if it is returning something, then you give. Otherwise, no need to return anything. If it is not returning, function may not return anything.
Okay.
But okay, it's not compulsory that you have to give return statement in every function.
Yeah. So something like this.
You can print inside the function. That's it.
Yeah. Mm. Um, okay. I just want to try one more and see.
Yeah.
So this did not execute. Yeah, because it's not a prime number.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Fine. You want me to continue anything?
That's it. Have
Yeah.
you done the first five now?
Yeah, 5 I've done. So
Okay. You understood how to do, right? Okay.
yeah,
And
this one.
to add multiple function in one program. That is very important.
Yeah.
Suppose you write a menu-driven program, and in a menu-driven program, you got the 10 menus, right?
Hmm.
And in the 10 menu, you have to call it with this the 10 menu-driven program. In each menu, you have to call one function each, right? So you
Hmm.
should know how to write a menu-driven program where you have 10 functions, and when you give the option one, the first function is called. When you give option 2, the second function is called. When you give option 3, third function is called. Option 4, the fourth function is called. Option 5, fifth
Hmm.
function is called. If you give option 6, 7, 8, it says invalid option, try again.
Hmm.
So can you convert this program into a menu-driven program?
Yeah.
Do it
Converting the
right.
program, is it? Sorry, I
The
didn't.
same program that you have done. Suppose you've
Yeah.
given 5 function in one program. Fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to call that 5 function one by one, not all together. Okay. Suppose if I give option 1, the first function will be called. If I give option 2, the second function will be called. If I give option 4, the fourth function will be called. If I give option 10, it says invalid option, try again and come out.
Hmm. Hmm.
So can you try this one?
Yeah. Okay. So should I use like a case thing or how is
You can use case, you can use else if, else if statement, multiple else if you can use, or you can use case statement.
it? Hmm. Okay. Okay. So this number again we are taking from the user, or is it already like I can give some numbers?
Select. If you select option 1, the
Hmm.
first function, option 2, the second one, the
Hmm.
option 3, the third one, and so on.
Hmm. Okay. Options. Not selected. Oh, it's coming.
Yeah.
Hmm. Let me run it. One is not coming, which is strange. And one is just plus of this, which is num1 and num2. Why? Because I don't understand. 3 plus 5 plus selecting one. No. I select. Only one is not working because function one, comma. I think it's just some compilation.
Yeah.
It's not taking the reason is if you see somewhere it is some Z6.
It's telling that Z6 is not defined. The variable Z6, it should be Z, not
Yeah,
Z6.
yeah. So I've actually given Z only, you see.
So it becomes Z6Y.
I'm not sure. I saw there was one typo error, but I've reported
Okay,
it
okay.
already. Still, it's just stuck there.
Ah,
See, what I'll do is I'll use a new. Still same thing. Z6 is not defined. It's okay. It's still coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a name error. No, it's just picking somewhere. Any thoughts?
Yeah, there is a Z6 is not defined. Where it is getting the name Z6?
Yeah, not
Can
sure.
you
I think
start this return Z6 line number 21? Go to line
yeah,
number 21 and check the return Z6. Go to 21, line number 21.
I think this one.
Yeah, there's
Here.
somewhere it's taking Z6. There's some problem with the line 21.
Yeah. Let's see.
Table, there
Okay.
is a typo. It has to be Z. It is taking Z6.
Hmm.
And there lies a mismatch.
Yeah. I think the interpreter, right?
Yeah, interpreter, there must be some problem with the interpreter, right?
Hmm. You see 21, it's written.
Mm.
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. It's okay. See, I refresh the page also. It's not changing. Mm.
I'll send you one sample menu-driven program so that you can have an idea how it looks like. Where should I send that? In the
Here.
chat.
Chat is it? Okay.
I've sent it in the chat. Have you received it?
Yeah.
A small menu-driven program
Hmm.
in Python.
Hmm.
So it's gone. I'll have to
Yeah.
split it half half. First, I'll write this and then I'll send the other part. 1 and then 2. Both the parts gone.
Uh,
In the Zoom chat box.
the whole thing is it looks like it's a repetition. This one, right?
Ah,
So this
can
one
you
is
execute this one and get an idea how it works?
okay.
Very important because in interview they'll give you a menu-driven program
Mm,
and they'll try to ask you how to write a menu-driven program when you have multiple criteria in Python.
mm. So this is user defined function AB. This is subtract, multiply, divide. Okay. Now comes the menu. So we are printing
Yeah.
the menu. We are picking the choice. Choice will be like enter your choice, and choice is equal to 5. We are exiting. If not, we float. This is input enter first number. Okay, this one is for the input. Okay, this for the okay. If choice is 1, result and subtract. Okay, so inside the print only we are calling the function, and then we are passing the arguments also. Okay. Second one and the first one is one and the same, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try. Okay. So once we get the choice, then we are asking them to. Okay, but anyways, we are only playing with two numbers here, right? Hello.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
can you have you understood how to how to write a code for a menu-driven program?
Yes.
Means you have to give choice. The
Hmm.
choice will be inside the while.
Hmm.
While true, then the menu will work.
Hmm.
While false, you'll exit the menu, right?
Yes.
So when while is false, you're going to exit the menu.
Hmm.
And then you're going to use the elif to call the function.
Hmm. Anything above 1 to 5 also we have done that this exception
Yeah.
also. Yeah, okay. So I'll stop.
Yeah. So have you understood the menu driven?
Yes.
Now we do with the lambda function and KWRS. These are two things that is remaining. So are you able to see the screen that I'm sharing?
Not yet.
Is it visible now? The screen?
Yeah, now visible. Yes.
We did this one. The user-defined function and the menu-driven program. Now, there are two very important concepts that they ask in the interview. One is a local variable and one is global variable. So local variable is defined within the function and its scope is within that particular function, not recognized outside that. Global variable recognized even outside the function. So that is the main difference between a local variable and a global variable. Local variable localized within the function. Global variable recognized everywhere, right? This is an example.
Sorry. Yeah. Just a repetition of that.
Yeah. So
Local
local
stored within the function. Yeah.
the function will not be recognized outside the function. The
Mm.
scope and the visibility of that variable will be only within the function in which it is defined or declared. The scope and the visibility of the local variable will not be outside the function, right? So that is why it is said to be a local variable. When you tell a global variable, the scope and the visibility is even outside that particular function, right? So that is the difference between a local variable and a global variable.
Okay.
So this is an example how it works. You can try this one.
In the function, we are giving one number, and so we are telling this is a local variable.
Okay.
Then we are defining one more variable inside. Okay. So here num2 and num3 are both local variables. Okay.
Yeah.
What is this print num3 outside functions?
Num3 is another variable that we are using. So num1 is 10, num3 is 30, num2 is another variable. Now we call this local and variable from within and outside the function.
No, I was talking about the last line of print num3 outside function, but we have not defined num3 outside the function, right? So obviously we will not get the value.
Will not get the values. It will give an error. The num3
Yeah.
is not defined.
Correct.
Since we are giving an error, it gives an error.
Just let me try. Mm. Yeah, got it. Okay, done.
Done?
Yeah.
Very. Can you try this one using the global statement? We can define a variable inside the function as global. So this is a global statement that declares the inner or the inner variable of the function. That means to have a module scope.
One second. So now here var is a global variable,
Yeah.
but we're defining a function. Within the function, we are not passing any argument.
Def show is the function.
Show. Yeah. So inside the function, we are defining variable one, morning.
Mhm.
The print the function variable is var. Okay, so we can call the global variable inside a function. Can we? Okay,
Yeah.
so morning. Now, when I call this function, what is the var? Function variable is the var, which is good. Now,
Var,
we're
yeah.
printing outside function variable one. This will not come, right? So it should. Oh, it's coming.
It's coming.
But we are calling outside the function, right?
Yeah, outside the function we are calling, but since we are calling it outside the function, var is a global variable.
Hmm.
Recognize outside the function, but the var1 is a local variable only recognized within the function.
Hmm.
But it is accessible as it is a global variable. Why? Because we have defined the variable inside the function as a global. Since we have
Okay.
defined a function inside the function variable as a global, so it is recognized outside the function even.
Okay. Okay. So just the keyword global makes it global in irrespective of whether you're putting inside the function or not.
Yeah, global will make it global. That means whether you put it inside the function, then also it will work as a global variable, not as a local.
Mhm. Outside, when I'm declaring outside the function, so I can still declare as global. No need, right? Because it's
No need.
considered as. Okay. I try this. What is that outside function where one is okay? What is variable there? The next line.
The variable is basically the var1. Variable is good. Var1 is morning. So there is a good morning.
Oh no, oh, sorry. Okay, it's a comment accessible as it is a global variable.
Global accent. That's a comment line.
Yeah, yeah,
Hash for comment.
yeah. It's an extension. I thought what are we declaring?
It's a comment.
Hmm.
Hello.
Hmm. I'll share my screen.
Yeah. I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, actually I'm done. I'll share my screen.
Yeah. Local and global, both.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Hello? Yeah, sorry, I'm back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we go to the next one.
Yes.
We go to resolution and the required argument in the function. How do
Which
you do
one?
the resolution, right? Resolution and the argument. Lambda function is also left.
Hmm.
Now, can you see the screen, the one I'm sharing?
Not yet. Yeah, now I can. Yeah.
Now, there is a scope. Now, why local global? Because it gives us the scope and the visibility of a variable within a block. If a local variable is defined in a block, its scope will be restricted in that. If it is defined global, the block will be and its scope will be outside.
Hmm.
Now, when a variable is named in a block, it is resolved using the nearest enclosing scope. So there's no variable that is found with the name error. So name error arised or raised. When we get the name error raised, when a global string has been called before calling the function. So then a name error will arise because it conflicts with the scope and the visibility of that variable in a block, right? So this is what happens. Def function prints string hello world, and then the output is hello world. So what is return? Return is going to return an expression or a variable or a number. So return x into x into x cube, return x into x square. So we can return an expression. The return statement is used for two things. Return a value to the caller, to end and exit a function, go back to its caller. So these are the two things why a return statement is used in a particular function, right? But if no expression is specified, then the function will return none. It will return nothing. Now these are the required argument we have in a function. Display, type error, output, type error, and output hello. So type error because no argument is given, right? So
Hmm.
that is why type error. Type
Hmm.
error, why? It takes exactly one argument and you called it without any argument.
Correct.
Now you get an output when you pass an argument and define the argument. So argument has to match
Correct.
with definition and declaration of the function, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Keywords argument. So what are keyword argument? The keyword arguments are those arguments which are assigned based on their position. The function allows, the Python allows this particular argument to be called based on their position. So keywords arguments are beneficial if you skip an argument. If the function calls you and you change the order of the parameter, then the keyword argument plays a very important and vital role. So use display, you use some values, you assign the list of values to an argument based on their position. So these are called as what? These are called as the keyword argument, right?
Mm.
Variable length argument means you can have 1 or 2 or 3. In interview, they are asking question. What type of question? Can a
Mm.
function take a variable length argument? Yes. In Python, we can make a function that can take variable length argument. It is not possible in C, C++, Java or any other programming language. In Java, you cannot give variable argument. In C, C++, you cannot. You cannot give a variable length argument. But in Python, you can do. You can give a variable length argument. So how the variable length argument works? It gives an argument, arbitrary argument of variable length, and we can use asterisk before the parameter name. So the syntax for a function using variable argument that can be given as. So we write def, the name of the function, and then we write argument 1, argument 2, argument 3, and then we write variable argument. And the function is going to return value. So you have the function def, then you print the name, then for subjects, print the subjects, and then you pass the argument 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it returns the variable argument. For example, Goransh liked to read mathematics and Android programming. So you got the mathematics and Android programming as 2 argument. But you can have more argument to that, right?
Mm.
And data structure, or we can have design analysis of algorithm. So these are called variable argument, right?
Mm.
So default argument. Can you do the
Sorry.
one variable
Yeah.
argument and then one with a default argument?
Yeah.
Do
One
this.
second. I just want to have a look at this example.
Yeah.
Mm. So inside the function, we are calling the first argument.
Yeah, first argument. So we have the fixed argument, or we can have a variable argument within the function that we are calling.
It's in favorite. We are printing. Okay, so we are saying for subject in favorite subject. Basically, all the subjects that we are going to list as a favorite subjects that we are going to pass as an argument. So
Argument.
it would be mathematics, Android programming. Or in the second place, it is likes to read. Favorite subjects is C. Okay.
Yeah.
Krish likes. Yeah. Can I try out this?
Yeah, please. I'll give more assignments with variable argument, 2 more that you can try. Variable argument, they ask in important.
Mm. Can be even the may not be the string, right? Can I like give some integers?
Oh.
So if there's more than like in this case, we have just defined 2 arguments, but we can only also choose to give just 1 argument value.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, okay, I'm done.
Done? Okay. Now we're going to do the default argument. Default argument is the one that we are not providing, but it will take it by default. Do this one. It is also called as a keyword argument or default argument. Suppose course is BTech and your argument is BTech, right? So when
Hmm.
you're calling the function, you give the name.
Hmm.
It automatically takes the course. If you take the course, it'll automatically take the name. Vice versa.
Hmm. So print name, course. Okay, so this is like key value.
Yeah. Key pair value.
Key pair value. Course is missing. Name is range. In line number 2, right? Name and then why is it plus? It's supposed to be comma, right? I think it's not plus.
Comma.
Yeah. So default we can define inside the function and leave it, but we can later on modify if you want any other value for that way argument.
Yeah.
Okay, done. Yeah. Yeah, I'm done. We can proceed.
Okay. So default argument we have done, and the previous one we have done with variable length argument. Now lambda function. Well, it's a lambda function is an anonymous function used for a while. And then, so when you need a throwaway function, instead of writing a full function, we write a lambda function in Python and it works like a full function, right? So when you write a lambda, you can one-liner function. And it's a throwaway function. So it is as per the demand of the code. Starts with the keyword lambda. Starts with the keyword lambda.
Okay. So basically, lambda is a function which can be treated as like a command, like a argument. So, what is the example? Single line syntax can be given as this. What are the other kind of? I see only expression here, right? Is there anything else that we can add? Only expressions is possible?
And the keyword lambda is there. Lambda. So it's a one-liner. You can use lambda function, a throwaway function in your Python code. So you can, instead of addition, you can do subtraction. You can do multiplication. You can do any operation, but till one-liner. So I've created one lambda function. You can create 4 lambda function in your code and check the output. Four different lambda function that you can create and check the output.
No. So we are doing here what? 3 plus 5, 8. Is there another example? Because I'm not sure how we are passing the arguments for lambda.
I'll share the another example also. With the lambda function, right? So let me pull up the Google Colab window. And share the screen. Lambda function in Python. Here goes the Google Colab. Colab is opened. Oh, it has got closed, the Google Colab window. So addition of two number, multiplication of a two number, to check a number is odd or even, we can all use a lambda function. Are you able to see the screen?
No, not it.
Okay. Let me share it. It's got very slow, the network. So I've given more examples of the lambda function here for your visibility that you can check. Is it visible right now?
Yeah.
I was telling you, square, cube, sum, average. You can all do with lambda and check the output. This is a square. So when you run it, it will give you the square of that number.
So lambda x is what? Okay, so
X is 5. X is 5, the argument that we are passing. If I make it as 10, then X will change to 100. Similarly, when we do lambda, it gives odd. But suppose if I change 7 to 10, here in this line, changing 7 to 10, then it will give it is even like this.
Hmm.
Even on odd, we can identify using the lambda function.
Hmm. So, how we are defining is
Hmm.
we are defining as lambda and the variable name. Along with it, we are in the same line as an expression. We are giving what we want to do with that variable.
Yeah,
And then this is passed to another variable called square.
yeah.
Okay. Also, we can add what? We can also include loop.
Yeah,
So basically, lambda is like a function, but everything is in one line.
one-liner function. So throwaway function that we use.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
Now we go to recursive function.
Mm.
So recursive function, I stop sharing, go to that page. Recursive function plays a very important and vital role. Where is the recursive function? This is a recursive function. Can you see the screen?
Not yet. Yeah.
Okay. Can you write this code and see what you have written factorial without recursion?
Hmm.
Factorial with recursion means fact function is calling itself again and again. That is why it is called recursive function. And the process is said to be recursion.
Hmm. Okay.
So try this one.
Hmm. Yeah, okay, got it.
Got it?
Mm.
So if I give you some recursive function to do, can you try?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me give you some recursive function assignments here in the chat box. Recursive function, few assignments. Let me write, I'm typing. First one is Fibonacci series with a recursive function. Factorial you have already done. GCD of two numbers. I'm giving you total 10 here in the chat. Have you got it?
No.
The assignments with the recursive
Okay. Now I can see. Factorial using recursive.
factorial we have done. Do the Fibonacci and the other two. At least do 1 to 5. First one is done.
Okay.
They ask in the interview.
Mm-hmm.
You can share your screen so that I can see what exactly you're doing about these recursive function.
Yeah, sure. Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah. So I'm going to do this. If number number is less than or equal to 1, then we say we just return. So this is in range, right? In range of not sure how to include the recursive function inside this.
Recursive function, you have to create one and then you have to call that function depending on the logic. And every code will have a different logic.
So let's say if I say function. I think I need time for this. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure how to use the recursive inside. Here is pretty clear. Mm. Inside this, we are calling the same thing here
Yeah.
based on the logic, which is like factorial is n minus 1.
Yeah.
Somewhere here. Uh, yeah, maybe I'll try out some later.
Yeah. Recursive is important because in interview they ask what is a normal function and what is a recursive function and how is a recursive function different from a normal function, right?
Hmm.
So in interview process, they keep on asking questions about the recursive function.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, some more
the-
time. Yeah.
you need time for doing this, right?
Yeah.
And the previous one is also pending, for and while loop.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we go into the modules, right? With function, we have modules.
Okay.
I'll stop. Can you stop sharing? We'll
Yeah.
start with the modules. You were asking now import when we write import.
Hmm.
This we have done. Recursive function we have done.
Hmm.
Now import statement.
Hmm.
For example, we can create function and we can create module also. A module may contain many function, many variable. When you import a module, you can use the variable and function that you have defined in that module. A module can contain many variables and many functions. So when you import a module, you can use any variable or a function that you have defined in that module. Suppose if you have created a module and already there, then the statement that we use is import. For example, a mathematical function, you have to import all the mathematical function from the math. From math, import pi. Pi is 3.14 defined in the math. Math is a module. So this is how we import a module, and from the module we can use any variable or any function that we are using. SQRT or square root, that also you can import from the math library, and then you can write pi and SQRT. So this is how we can use an import statement to import a mathematical function from a given module, right? Clear?
Hmm. Yeah. Just a second. So pi is a variable. Sorry, it's an argument.
Pi is a variable defined inside the
Math.
mathematical module.
Hmm.
So
So it's
we
a
import
variable.
math. So
Hmm.
math we import pi. So we
Yeah.
are displaying the value
Yeah.
3.1415.
Hmm.
So what you define in the mathematical library, you can import that library, and from that library you can import the variable and you
Hmm.
can import the function, right?
Yeah. From math module, we are importing variable called pi, and then we are just printing that variable called pi. So it's a predefined variable with its own value.
Mm.
Is that case sensitive? Something like pi?
No, nothing. Pi is not, it has to be smaller case. Uppercase it will not take because inside the math module it is defined as smaller case.
Mhm.
So whatever is the name that is defined in the math module, it will only take that value. It will not take any other value, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Just a second. No?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm back. Yeah. Hello. You're on mute. Hello. Hello.
Yes, yes. I just got a call. That is why. Okay,
Okay, okay. Yeah, no
okay,
worries.
okay, okay. So have you done this?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So have you understood why when to write import? How to import a library?
Yeah, but how do I know how many libraries? How
There
many
are so
modules?
many libraries. You can make your own libraries, own module, and then you can import your own my module. You can create your own module. You can create your own libraries, and then
Oh,
you can add it to your code. So
okay.
every Python program is a module. That every file that you save with a py extension is a module. And
Hmm.
what happens, you can import those module. When you
Hmm.
import that module, you import all the function and all the variable that you
Hmm.
have defined within that module, right?
Hmm.
So every Python program is a module, and that is every file that you save has a py extension in a given module, right?
Hmm.
So this is how main.py or Python p1.py works. And then there is dir function. Dir is a directory function, right?
Hmm.
So it's a dir function that works, and this dir function will help us to get the directory that we want, right?
Is a built-in function that lists the identifiers defined in a module. With functions, classes, and the specified list of names defined in the current module. Okay, so these are classes, variables. So it's a predefined function, is it? Okay. But
Yeah.
not sure where we use. Can you just go back to the previous slide?
Yeah. I'll go back to the previous slide.
Every file. Okay. Display. So underscore name underscore is what?
Underscore is basically it's called as a predefined variable. It's basically we when we do class and object, we'll get it. What is a underscore? Class and object, we use a constructor. So init function, we use a underscore. Underscore is a module name that is given. It's a module name that is given that we try to identify or figure it out. It's a module name that is given. That is underscore.
Basically the name of your Python files.
Yes.
First file. So we are calling this as my module. And when I give this underscore name underscore, it is basically picking the my module.
Yes. Hmm. Hmm. After so 1 hour.
Sorry?
Now, have you got this underscore underscore?
Yeah.
So are you able to get my module.display?
My module display.
Every Python program can be a module. That is, every file that you save with the py extension is a module.
Correct.
So when you save a py extension, any file, that becomes a module.
Correct. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I think we can.
Yeah. Now, once the module is done, there is a directory function also that we can assign, right? Now, this is a directory function that can work with our Python code. And then it can provide us with the various work details.
Yeah.
So this is how we create directory, and this is how we can access the module within a given directory that we want.
Okay. Yeah, we can go to the next one.
Yeah, we can go to the next one. This is local, global, and built-in namespaces that we can use. Local, global, and built-in namespaces that we can produce.
Okay. Can we close this today for now?
Yeah, we'll close it for today and we continue. Sir, can you complete the local, global, and built-in namespaces?
Yeah, we can. Define maximum numbers. This is a global, okay, namespace. Which is a local namespace here?
The local namespace that we have used. In the code that we are trying to access. Yeah.
You will be sharing this PowerPoint with me?
Yeah, I can share, but where to share? Which email ID I need to forward?
I'll pass you here. I'm giving my email ID.
Give your email ID, so I'll mail you or WhatsApp you.
Yeah, I sent you the email ID.
Okay, okay.
I'll just go through these slides before the next, so it's
Yeah,
easy.
it'll become easy for you to go, track the topic, right? So
Hmm.
we are closing over here today, and then we are
Yeah.
meeting tomorrow. What time?
Tomorrow same time is okay.
Same time is okay. Okay, okay.
Hmm.
So I'm closing the meeting today. And please
Hmm.
do the assignments that I have discussed, right? Okay?
Yeah, I will just send me the slides also.
Okay, okay.
Hmm. Okay.
See you
Thank you.
tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Can you join a little bit early tomorrow? 11:30 or 12?
11:30 okay. 11:30 is okay. Is
Okay,
11:30
okay.
good?
11:30 will be good, little bit.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.